I'm screaming, choose a life, not a knife. And it's flying. It's popular. All of a sudden, the gangsters come in to cancel me, and there's a new message for people to appeal to. It was deliberate. Even the store could come out shouting that. He probably got a wage thrown on him to shout it, to discredit the message, so that message could go bang. And this isn't me paranoid. This is what's done. Honest. They cancelled an organic, natural, powerful message that was making huge difference because it was Darren G that was screaming it. Honest, if it would have been anyone else, they would have come in. There's money for advertisement, there's an office where you can work from, there's things that you can elevate this message. But because it was Darren G, cancel it. You had kids going to school screaming, choose a life, not a knife, in the playground. They were getting placed on detention and told not to use that phrase again in school. It's a gang culture. You had kids getting suspended. I'm not lying. You had kids getting sent home from school for saying, choose a life, not a knife. The police told the system, it's a gang shout. Do you know who shouts that, Darren G? It's what they're saying. But on the same breath, then we'll go in and do assemblies, and the kids are asking about me, and they're talking about choose a life, not a knife, in the assembly. I'm not even there. They're cancelling me and speaking about my message in assemblies. I'm not lying, lad. This is what they've been doing in Liverpool. And the drug dealers, they were helping the situation. They knew, as I said it like the other day, I tapped onto something, and because I weren't being materialistic, and because I weren't being in that space of trying to get rich off anything, I didn't know what I'd tapped into. But to them, who do shit to make money, who'd been on social media for 10, 20 years before I'd even got out of prison, it were in existence when I went to jail, got out of jail, they've had a good decade on it, they know they're caught up in it. So they're identifying where money's coming from off traffic on social media, and I'm not interested in money, I'm just delivering my message. It saved me, I want to save others. That's what I was doing. But then could see where this process was going to take me, and I didn't have a clue where I was going with it. I'm just doing my thing, not aware of how to get to here or get to there, but all them could see the amount of traffic, the amount of people that are coming and watching and listening and bigging me up. They could see I'd probably make millions of pounds at the end of all this. I weren't on that, but they was, and that's why they cancelled me. They just didn't want to see me getting rich and successful. That's what I think. My intention's not to get rich though, and this is the, before I went to jail, I had a list of priorities, and there was only one thing on it. You know what it was? Money. When I've done my jail, gone through my shit, come out the other side, I've got a list of priorities. You know how many things are on it? About 10. Do you know where money is? 7. That's how far down my list of priorities money is. Do you understand? Prioritise family and friends before anything that's man-made. Your family and friends are not man-made. Everything money can buy is man-made. Everything, including the money you're using. And if you focus, yes Joanna, if you focus on the life form of things, if you prioritise the life around you more than the materials fall into place anyway. It mightn't be in abundance, but it'll give you enough to live nice. And your nice is different from my nice, depending on your situation. Yes, Damo? So, when you've really lived a poor, nasty, destructive, traumatic life and got through it, you really appreciate life. Everything. Honest. You become more in tune with your surroundings. Like years ago you wouldn't hear no birds, now you're hearing every bird. Now you're hearing every bit of life, you're seeing every bit of life. Every insect, every fly, you're witnessing it. I'm paying attention. It's not happening with me. But I'm in a few frames of mind, as you can see. I just hope we end up in the right frame of mind. Because you can't stop what frame of mind you're going to fall into. Once you're in there, you're sort of in there. So for example, I've been thinking about serial killers for like a good 10 years. And if I end up in that frame of mind, well, that's what I'll be notorious for. But if I end up in this frame of mind, well then that's what I'll be well known for. It's hard, like, because you can't really pick. Yes, Dan, you can't decide. You can't choose what frame of mind you're going to end up in. It's the experience that creates that for you. So basically, it's not the things you do deliberate to yourself that create the frame of mind you're going to be in, which is the character basically. It's the experience you've got no control of that creates the serial killer. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not saying I'm a serial killer or I'm going to become one. I'm just saying, if a seed gets planted and you water that seed, it's going to grow. And if you're thinking about mass multiple on that group, or that criminal fraternity, or a crime family, if you've been thinking intensely in that way about that, but you're going through a process of experience, the character change can make you, the way you've had this intent about the crime families where you want to wig the family, the experience now has shifted your character. So you still want a mass, but now you're looking at someone else to mass. That makes sense? Mass murder just means more than one. So you've got murder, double murder, triple murder, mass murder. So, me one day, waking up, going to me war chest, getting me 2 fast ones, getting me green anorak, walking into, I don't know, Manchester football ground, pulling me fast ones out and just going. Let the clip drop, next one. And scream at the feds, put it in me head. You know, when you go on one of them missions, the plan is not to get away. The plan is to be ended by the feds. So when you're planning to do a robbery, you're planning to get away. And that's where most of the planning is. And that's where most of the risk is. The risk's not really doing the deed. The risk's getting away from the deed. So, if your plan involves not getting away, then you're definitely going to be successful when you carry it out. If you make a plan where you need to get away, it's a different mindset. It's a different, because you want to live. That's why you want to get away. You're doing that robbery and you want to get away so you can live and spend the dough. So it's a different form of planning. It's a different mindset. If you've got someone planning a dirty move or a mad move where they know they're not getting away with it, it's 10 times different, mate, to that group that's trying to get away with it. Different mentality, that, completely. So if you've got that man there, that if you've got that gang of 4 men and they're going to kill someone, but they're going to try and get away with it, what you've got there is a gang of shithouses. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You've got a gang of shithouses there. Whereas that kid there, he's going. If he manages to walk away there without the feds killing him, happy days. But if the feds turn up, he's not changing. He's not trying to get away. You know, this is me. I've planned my death. This is me. Yous have come to kill me, and I'm making yous kill me. Yeah, they've dropped 20 people there. Don't give a. You're not trying to get away. So look at these. So I'll be honest with yous. I always am. Years ago, when the drug dealers are trying to shoot me dead, and they're attacking my life up horrendously, I'm not a knobhead. I'm not a shithouse. I'm game as you ask anyone, right? So I start thinking to myself, alright, you think I'm because I've got no numbers. And when I'm on that path, I've always been on that path anyway. So I start watching where these groups of people go. And they go there like creatures of habit. For example, Team Coburn, one gym, one place, all them rats would guaranteed be there 10 o'clock every Sunday morning. Guaranteed. They'd go in, they'd close the door over, wouldn't lock it. If I walk in there with a fast one, what's happening? Exactly. And this is what you've got with these groups. These groups target the lone wolf. And they target until they can kill him. Why? Because they know as long as he is alive, we're at risk. Them 20 dickheads have got to find one of you. They need that one address. They need that one location for you, and they can never get you. Why? Because you're always moving about. You've got 20 addresses. And if you go to address 1 and deal with that, the impact on the other 19 addresses is massive. Why? Because it's group thinking. You hurt one of them, you hurt them all. You kill one of them, you kill them all. So I started putting into place this plan. You know, okay, I'm sick to death of this. You know, I'm not willing to wake up tomorrow and be gone. I'm deciding when I'm going. It's where the chemistry switches. When you're deciding when you're going to die, you're a dangerous person, mate. When you decide who you're going to take with you, it's even worse. So I've had to develop this thing of locating the threat to me and where are they and where are they situated. And because the creatures of habit, and because they've bullied kids who don't really come back with retaliation, they're all comfortable. You know, if I wanted Chrissy Farley tomorrow, I know where he lives, I know where he trains, I know where he goes to work. I know this about these people. But if I go for him, it's not him. I'm going for everything in the house. Budgies, kids, dogs, don't give two f***s. When I'm gone, I'm gone. I'm not here to face the justice. I'll sit there for the feds to come and kill me. And that's the mindset I'm at, unfortunately. I'm trying to address it. But you hear me go to these extreme mindsets. And it's my trauma. You know, I'm thinking about that shit 6 years ago. And here I am now, a little bit triggered, and I'm bringing it back. Obviously, my intentions is not to carry this out. But it's like anything you manifest, it comes true. So if you think like 10 years ago, when I first started thinking about this type of madness, it was all hazy. The picture weren't, you couldn't envision. Here we are 10 years later, it's pristine. The clarity is unbelievable. All I need is the target. So for example, when you're not planning to get away, you don't need masks. You don't need loads of vehicles. You know, if you've done a recce like I have a few times, you can walk to somewhere and have 15 minutes before feds even sniff of it. It takes you 5 minutes to kill 20 people with a firearm. Especially if they're all stood in a betting office or something. You know what them drug dealing gangs are like. They're all stuck in Betty's, aren't they? They're all stuck in that cafe on the corner, aren't they? Vulnerable to in my eyes. You know, yous are coming to kill me. I'll kill the lawyers in one move. Trust me, lad. That's why I speak about mass. Because of what they done to me and the mindset they put me into. I'm not a victim. Think I'm going to let all you bully me the way you are? I'm coming for the lawyers. I'll move to you while you're all in the same gaff. All sat in the same car, coming away from the same gym. You're vulnerable creatures of habit. I'm not a creature of habit. You know where I live, but doesn't mean you're going to come to my door. These are shit houses, mate. You know when you're ready to die, you're scared of nothing. You're scared of nothing. And when you've had enough attempts on your life, you're scared of fall, mate. You got to understand, lad, I've carried my brother to his death. You just don't, you aren't grasping like, what happens is this, look. If you're with your mate and your mate gets shot and an ambulance turns up and he gets took to the hospital, you're alright, you kid. There's nothing wrong with you. You know, if you're in a car with your brother and two of his mates and a gunman comes to the front window and unloads his clip in the chest of the kid, and you're in that, blood splattered in your face. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right in the middle of it all. And you're carrying that dead kid and your other brother, driving him to hospital while ruined with holes in them. And when you slam it at the hospital and jump out and try and pick your kid up who's piss and blood all over you, this is real shit. You haven't had a scare your helmet. Your mate got shot dead 2 hours away from you. My mate got shot dead in front of me and his blood was pissing down my face. Think about it. So when you've been in such mad, violent situations, trust me, it has a mad effect on your head. And when you can see the real brutality of that life, you understand you don't give them a chance to do that to you. So you locate them, you do your own work on them. When they're sleeping at 3 o'clock in the morning, you're sitting outside their house to see what time the light comes on. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're sitting there for days sometimes. What time does that light go off? And what time does the light at the top of the stairs come on? You know, the decoy light. You know, get us know when he's sleeping, know when he's waking up. He's not going nowhere. He'll have the same car in 5 years, the same bed, be in the same house, doing the same routine. Revenge is best served cold, and that's why. Look at the unsolved murders in Liverpool. What do the police say? When people aren't sharing information with us, we can't do nothing. So basically, if they haven't got a snitch, they're not combating crime. That's what they mean. So you see the dreadful murders of people like Ellis Cox and your Ashley Gales before people started getting a backbone and talking. See the Ellis Cox one? The police won't solve that by themselves. They can't. They need information of someone. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? That's why the unsolved murder rate in Liverpool is like 25 in the last 10 years. Think about it, it's 2 a year. It's not, because you might get a flurry of things, a few murders all unsolved, and then you'll have a year or two without one, but then... But if you spread them out evenly, you know, you've got pure... Look at Manchester. How many unsolved murders is there in Manchester alone? How many unsolved murders is there in Liverpool alone? How many unsolved murders is there in Newcastle alone? How many unsolved murders is there in Birmingham alone? Now, when you add all them up, you're going into the thousands. Every city in this country has got unsolved murders. Everywhere, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, unsolved murders all over the gap. Why? Shit policing. That's what it is. People are getting murdered because of shit policing. Every terror attack, every grape, every shooting, everything like this, it's all down to shit policing. Shit leadership, that's what it's down to. Yeah, so I've been a bit unruly there in the last hour, talking about idiotic things. I don't mean to inspire a serial killer. I'm just telling you what goes through my head. Some of it's not good, is it? But I'm trying to correct it. I'm working on myself on a regular basis. You know, trying to conquer these thoughts that I've created. It was all planned out. That's how, it was all planned. It was all ready to go. And then my kids came. Altered everything. Honest, mate, when I was speaking a few years ago, I'm about to end a family. I was about to end a family. And my kids came. I'd still love to end that family because of the shit they've done to the city. They haven't really done all to me. Know what I mean? They haven't really done to me, like. It's what they've done with the behaviour for money, the destruction that they've got us all caught up in. Got Brandon saying who's Tintin. Don't know, lad. Call him Tinhead or something, don't you? Tintin used to be on Brookside, mate. So when you see that Tintin, when you see Tintin on social media over there, his real name's Tinhead and he used to be in Brookside. His brother's Tintin. Yes, Ricky boy. And Jules. And don't forget, I've been streaming for 7 hours now, haven't I? Not eating. I ate a banana. You have seen what I've ate. It's not good, is it? My mouth's dead dry. I'm sweating. Like my body, my BMI is going down bad. You know, because I'm on my bike again now. So my fat's just, I'm like 12% fat now. And I'll probably be on 8% fat in a month, which is not good for you. So basically, you know, when you see me and the physique of me and you think, fucking hell, he's in good shape. I am, but it's unhealthy. You're not meant to be like me year in, year out. Allegedly, like. You understand what I mean? We need fat soluble vitamins, says X2. Christ is King, saying you're a survivor. Not yet. We're all survivors. Why? Because we've survived all sorts of shit. So you're a survivor, but you can still give up. Survivors can still give up, you know, mate. Just because you've survived that horrendous shit doesn't mean you're going to survive the next horrendous shit. Completely different process, mate. You might be in your true element here dealing with this mad shit, but here you haven't got a clue and you're not dealing with it and it's hurting you bad. Obviously you can survive it and learn and get the experience from it, but there's always going to be something, I feel, like I'm surviving everything, but I feel there's something that I won't. Well, I can tell you now, basically, I'm going to end up killing myself in the future. And it's hard to, like, battle. Because you don't want to, but you're on this thing that you can't prevent. It's like you can't stop it. Like it would be done now if it weren't for my kids. Honest. And that's just the way it is. And it doesn't matter how positive my life is, or how... I just know I'm going to kill myself in the future. I can either go out like a shithouse or a martyr. We're all going to die one day. You know that. Isn't it? I'm just deciding when my day is. Your day might just pop up on you and you haven't prepped for call. I'm prepped. I've had to be though. I'd rather take myself out than let a crackhead with a gun take me out. But as I say, when I'm speaking like this, you've got to understand that, you hear me, I would never kill myself, but that doesn't mean I won't get myself killed. The ultimate sin is taking your own life. And you don't do that ultimate sin. But, again, I'll run into a hail of bullets. And again, it depends how you go out. You know, do you be a rat or do you be a martyr? On the day you decide to go out, what do? Do you target female police officers like a rat? Do you target a woman like a rat? Or do you go and target something which is going to make a big difference for the people? Exactly. If you go out like a rat, your kids will be persecuted. If you go out like a martyr, your kids will be looked after. It's the difference. Sounding a bit like Al-Qaeda. Perhaps they sound like me, mate. You got to understand the dynamics with them groups, lads. You've got to some of you will call the IRA terrorists, others will call them freedom fighters. Initially by the government, they would have been called anti-authoritarian protest group. They develop, do a few moves. Now they're getting put into like the camp of like that Palestine group. You know, like a terrorist movement type thing. Then they'll call you, when you progress further, a militant group. Then they'll call you a terrorist. Then they'll give you terrorist group a label like Taliban, Al-Qaeda, Hamas. That's the authorities saying about 17-year-old Irishmen born and bred in Belfast, where soldiers are coming through the streets, harming everyone in the streets, killing everyone in the streets. Them 12 young Irishmen there sat there and went, fuck this. We've got to start resisting this shit. We can't let them do what they're doing to our people. We've got to resist it. Resistant movement. Militant movement. Terrorists. IRA. So perhaps I do relate to people in that mind. What's wrong with that? Do I sympathise with the IRA? Right to do. Why? Because look what happened to them. Do I sympathise with Al Qaeda? No, do I? Why? Because look what they're doing. Understand? IRA targets the system that's destroying them. Al Qaeda target the public of the system that's destroying them. That Al Qaeda member there will target that nursery. That IRA member there will take that police station to the ground. Different. They, the Irish Republican Army, or the Ulster Volunteer Force, or the real, or the old, whatever you want to call them, they target not civilians, the people that control the civilians, governments. Why? Because of what they're doing. It's a shame they're active now, because that wouldn't be happening in Ireland now. They're active but not practicing, if you know what I mean. Yes, do you understand where I'm coming from? So you've got the BBC and all the media outlets that give you your perception of what you think about the world. So in this dirty country of ours, due to media, every image we get of Pakistan is desert. Cars with bells on the thing, lads with sandals and no clothes and shacks and shit like this, when in reality, Pakistan is one of the most beautiful places in the whole world. You're just not getting the access to it. Because this side of the world don't want you realising just how good them countries are when they're left alone. So these Arabic countries or these Muslim countries that are being bombed to shit, you're only seeing the war zone in them gaffs. So when you think of Gaza, you're always, or if you're not aware of what Gaza is or what it was, you automatically think it's just a cesspit full of shite. When in reality, the infrastructure in Gaza before them went into it was 21st century, mate. You don't see streets like that over here. They're obliterating them. Do you understand? So we get a perceived perception of what them places are, when in reality, they're nothing like it. So most people think of Afghanistan and automatically think Taliban. Why? Because that's what the media want you to think. Everyone's Taliban. They're not. It's just like this country. You've got proper cesspits of evil and the rest is sweet. It's the same in them countries. You've got shitholes and then you've got, like in Liverpool, right, just say in Pakistan, you've got a Liverpool, okay? And in the Liverpool, you've got the roughed up area and you've got the affluent area. We only see the rough areas. We don't see the affluent areas. Why? Because you'd want to go and live there. You'd want to go and live there if you've seen how beautiful it was. I think Pakistan is the only country in the whole world with its own unique water supply. And what they say about that water, that's somewhere, don't know where it is, but it's in Pakistan, it makes you youthful again. Fact this, lad. This isn't lies, mate. So we automatically think, oh, Pakistanis are groomers, when they're not. You know, it's like every country. If you put Liverpool in Pakistan, it's the same dynamics. you've got complete rats doing horrendous shit, and then you've got proper men doing great shit. It's exactly the same there as it is here. You've got areas that are run down like the Boot Estate, and then you've got areas like Barden Park in Eighton. Do you get what I'm saying to you? We just get a load of shit pushed on us to make us think bad about them in that world. It's like they don't want you going there. If you went to Pakistan, you would be treated like a king. Obviously, if you go down there and start walking through them, you're getting kidnapped, you're getting terrored, but that's the same here. If you're a tourist in this country and you go down that road, you're fucked. But if you go up that road, you're going to have a pleasant evening. Same there. Like Iran, Pakistan, these are dominant, prominent countries, you know. And, you know, the money, the dough that's gone in there, you know, their governments don't just, like, live on sand. Some of the towns and cities in them places are 10 times better than anything in the West. And that's why the West hates on it, to be honest. So look, we're led to believe, aren't we, in this country, that China's a dictatorship. And everyone in China's under lock and key and they can't do shit without getting punished. You might have areas like that. But then you get opened up to it, can't you? Like through streamers like, what's that Sprinter Speed? So he's gone into China and they've said, yeah, do what you want in here. The Americans couldn't stop him showing what China's like. China is 100 times better than anywhere in the West when it comes to technology and advanced living. China's on the next level. But us in this country think they're still living in shacks on the side of mountains. When in reality they've got the best accommodation you have. You keep on hearing America in the West going, we're the powerfulest, richest country in the world. Are you China's well above you, mate. Listen, if you're a shop to the whole world, you're richer than the whole world. And that's what China was for 2-3 decades, till all the taxes and that got put back in place. That's why all your clothes are made in China. All your bikes, China. Telly's, China. This, China. They were the biggest shop in the world. So what makes you think they're not richer than everywhere? Of course they are. And you got to look at the population. You know, they breed like ants. China and India is probably the two biggest populations in the world, but America will say we are. You understand what I mean? America will say they're the biggest population, when in reality it's China and India. Like, you won't go into China, Italy, Afghanistan, Pakistan, all these places, and have a big community of Americans. But every American city has got a big community of Chinese. Every country in the West, like Liverpool, is very iconic in the sense that it was the first place a mosque was ever built in this country in the West. Granby Street, Liverpool, was where the first mosque was built. And there was something else I was going to say then. That's iconic to Liverpool, the way it was done before anywhere else, but I forgot it. I'm 7 hours in, aren't I? So my mind's slipping a little bit. No, but the point I'm making is, these are all like perceptions that's forced on us by the media, your BBC and all this. It's them that makes you think Pakistan's a war-torn country. It's them that makes you think like Yemen is nothing but a shithole. When in reality, some of the infrastructure in places like Yemen and Saudi, Sudan, like we think Sudan and Darfur and all these places, the Congo, we just think it's jungle and beaches and people when in reality you've got pockets of pure affluent there, pure. It's like when you hear about the Rwanda bill. You know, when you start screaming about Rwanda, and we automatically think Rwanda is shit, but when you look at Rwanda, wow, it's better than here. No litter on the floor, no big dirty bins all over the gaff. It's like in one country, I think it's Japan, and what they do in Japan, it's spotless over there. And why it's spotless is because the kids, every day at 10 o'clock, if they're not working or they're not in education, mandatory, they've got to come out at 10 o'clock and participate with cleaning the roads and the streets. That's how it's spotless. So if you imagine our estate, all the kids that aren't working, getting ordered to come out at 10 o'clock and do their bit on the estate. Paint the wall, get rid of the spray paint, get rid of the shrubs, all this shit. It'd be spotless, wouldn't it? Now, instead of forcing the kids to look after the community, they forced them to destroy it. What do I mean by that? Look, for example, they would rather pay that private security company £56,000 a year to keep your kid in there because he robbed a car radio on match day. That same kid would clean that estate every single day of his life for 20 grand a year. But you want to spend 56 and lock him in custody. Doesn't make sense, does it? And there's thousands of kids in the system right now. If you give them £200 a day, they'd never go back to prison and they'd never reoffend. Yeah, you'll get the and ahs, or what we're worth, how he's getting But there's enough wealth in this country for everyone not to work and be given £200 a day. They just don't do it. There's enough wealth in this country for everyone to stop working and live on it. Honest to God, mate. All the hours you are working in this country, it's not for this country. It's for the European community. So the majority of your taxes that you are going straight into the European funds. You're not even seeing them. They're making the country, I've told you, we are European now. We're European. That's why they're removing British, English, Welsh, Irish. They're removing all that. They want us known as Europeans. You're already known as European around the world. They don't look at you as British or English or Welsh. They call you Europeans. The way they done that with them over there, Asians. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now you've got Europeans, Persians, Asians. What else is there? And that's what we became, Europeans. And the image of European is mixed race. It's not white, it's not black, it's not that, it's a mixed race face. And that's what they're working on now, to make our country European. They need more white girls diluted so they have mixed race kids. That's why you've got thousands upon thousands of men, breeding men, that are going to start breeding eventually. They're going to start breeding eventually, mate. They're going to get themselves a little bird, get them pregnant, and there you go. European flow. All of them. Every one of them lads that's coming to this country from a foreign land is going to get a girl pregnant in the end of it. They're already doing it now. They done it years ago when we was growing up. And we didn't realise it, but years and years and years ago we had this firm of sisters on our estate. And they were all like, you know, not really worth banging. But what they done is they coffered the Turkish man out of the moonlight. Dated this Turkish man. Why? Because that's all accepted. You've got white girls in your estates now where none of the boys are going near it. Why? Because they're ruined. Open the legs too early. Which was all on purpose. They don't want us liking our women, wanting to marry them, wanting to love them, have kids to them. They want our women so we come away from them and don't give them what woman needs. Man. And this is where it'll start, like it did years ago with them. Let's call them slappers. Who aren't getting surfaced off the locals anymore because they're ruined. But to an immigrant, it's brand new. She'll keep him, and she'll get him, and she'll have everything with him. Because she's been wanting a fella for years. Doesn't matter what the colour of his skin is, matters. And that's what they'll do. What you'll see on your estates now is that little slapper down there that hasn't been there no one for years, walking up your street with an immigrant. And because she's an attention seeker, you know, she's doing it more. That's the way it's going now, people. You know, that European image. Unfortunately, as I say, look on most of your boards and your street signs, you don't realise they've changed it, like they have in Widnes. Welcome to Widnes, a European town. Not a rural English town. A European town. Since when did that Widnes become European? Hey, when did Widnes become European? But it's a European town, smack bang in the middle of Britain. What they're doing, without you understanding it, replacing the signs. If you Google search the United Kingdom, guess what it comes under? Europe. British European.